All right, guys, good morning. It is Saturday, the 6th of June. Another Saturday, another time for a video. Now, last time I talked to you guys was on Tuesday, I think, and some small things have changed because what I mentioned to you guys last time is that I was noticing that I was holding a lot of water and that my shape was really softening up pretty quickly after the show. And what we have found, well, we maybe have found, we're going to trial this from today, is that I probably react very badly to the gluten in my diet. So we added back in the oats and we added back in the sourdough bread, which both contain gluten. Now, sourdough bread a little less, but the oats definitely contain gluten. So there's a big chance that I do not react that well to those foods, which means that we just have to pull it out and see what happens to the shape. The suspicion is that we reacted very badly to the gluten and to the lactose. Now, post show, you guys have probably seen that the cheesecake that I had very much a lot of dairy in it. A lot of inflammation could have come from that, and together with the oats all the days prior now means that my shape has been softening up a bit. Now, my shape has been getting tighter, so there's a little bit of the calorie intake there, but that plays a role. But I'm still not really that tight as we would have expected. Weight is holding now at 93 kgs for the past couple of 4 days, exactly on the dot. So my weight has been very terrifyingly stable. But that's a good thing because we are in maintenance right now, so we don't want to gain too much weight. We don't really want to lose that much weight. We just want to stay consistent. So that's what I wanted to update you guys first, so you guys know what the situation is. The oats and the bread are going out for now. So that's back to my prep. Meal one is the rice with the egg whites and the whole egg with some strawberries and some stuff. That's the reintroduction of it. At first it was a mental battle because I love my bread and my oats. I'm not gonna lie, I am very unhappy with it if I cannot eat my oats, but it's still just food. So we have to remember that we have to fuel our bodies as a bodybuilder, and sometimes I can still eat bread. It's not that I never can eat it, but it's not something to be a stable thing in my diet. Now we will try and introduce the sourdough bread on its own because it has a lot lower gluten than the oats because they are fermented and broken down a bit. But for now, it's all out for the upcoming 6 to 7 days to see what the body does on the change. And then if needed, we can simply introduce it back, the bread actually, to see what happens. If my body stays nice and tight, we can still eat the bread, but not the oats. If my body softens up already with the implementation of it, then we'll know that quite quickly and we'll just have to pull it out. So that's the situation. Now, today I have my check-ins planned, so I'm gonna do my check-ins in a few minutes. Then I will do some fasted steps, then it's breakfast time, and later on today I will train with my buddy Mike to do some leg work. Now, my leg, I have been to the physiotherapist last week, this Thursday, and what I noticed is that my left knee hurts pretty badly after training. And what we noticed with the tissue work is that my hamstring and my quad were both very tight and pulling on the tendons that are around my knee. So my knee is very much overused. And for this period right now, we just have to simply step back a little on the pushing the weights, focus more on form and good repetitions, upping the repetitions a bit to still go to failure. To alleviate the stress around the knee so we can get recovered before we enter the full-blown off-season. I have still 2 weeks left in this phase of maintenance on health phase to recover that knee, and I hope that it will be recovered after so we can start off the off-season with a fully recovered body, because it's not good to go into an off-season with lacking parts of the body that are still not really recovered or still overused. So we have to take a step back, but that's all fine. I still can train to failure, but with less loading and just simply focusing on the form and on the quality of the repetitions. Now, the quality of the repetitions is something that I've worked on the past already. So that is very standard, very high. But the loading, I did pick it up a little bit after the show to see what we could handle, and it was simply too much. With the added stress of everything around that, simply have to step up a little bit back. So that's what we're gonna do. Still gonna train together, have some fun in the gym. A long time ago that we trained together, so we always used to train together, and it is very nice to have my buddy back in the gym. First off, we're gonna have a coffee, of course, chat a little bit, and then we go train. Afterwards, I got some stuff to do. I got some training clips to do, and yeah, I'm probably gonna give you guys my goals, because last time I told you guys my timeline, but I did not tell you guys the real goal that I have in vision for the upcoming year. So what we're doing right now is simply the holding phase, and then a big off season to gain the extra mass needed to be competitive on a pro qualifying stage. So next year it is time for me to step on that stage and to see what we can do over there. Now, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna win just yet. I will say that later on, and that's not to be cocky, but that's just to speak it into existence. But I still have to see where my body lands in a few weeks, and then if we can start pressing up again. But the main goal is to get the pro card overall. At the end, I will definitely have one. It's just a question of when and where it will be. So that's the goal. That's the overarching goal, is getting the pro card, and competing on the pro level is the first step. Doing well in those shows, placing at least first call out is my intention, and then just see where we end up. So this year will be definitely one in the books. I'm suspecting a lot of gains this year, and I'm gonna work hard for it, obviously. Now, there's a lot of things that are going to change in my situation that will make this possible, because we have our home that is still being built, that will be done in probably 1.5 months. So that means that we can get started on that and get moved over. We will be having our wedding in August, and afterwards we definitely want to move over there. So that means a better environment for myself, a better relaxing, no stress environment with no interruptions around me. Simply us together as a couple, and yeah, simply having our own spot. Because I'm not gonna lie, I do want to go away here, obviously, but I do have to say that it is great to live here, because we have a big opportunity to live with the parents of Frederic right now, and it is great. It is the best opportunity that we could have had, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to live in our next home. But after more than 2 years, it would be nice to have our own spot again. So we have been working hard to get it all done, to get it all planned out, and to get it all fixed. And it just takes a couple more months, and then we can move over and we have our own space, which is just a little bit more of a mental thing for me, because I do like my own personal space. I like my own things in the home. I like my own cleanness of the home and everything around that. I'm a very organized guy in that sense. And so having that step over to our new home will definitely make a big change. Update around sleep. My sleep has not gotten any better. Now, what I mentioned about the gut issue, about the gluten, it might have an impact on my sleep as well. So we're gonna find that out. This night was particularly bad. I slept for 5.5 hours. I woke up, had a little bit of a stomach ache. Did sleep a little bit on the couch afterwards, but that was not really the greatest sleep, obviously. So I hope that will pick up again as well with the switch in foods. And my mood and my energy levels also have been fluctuating a lot. So also one thing that really can be coming from a gut issue. So the picture is falling together. If everything works out with the changes, that my energy goes up and my sleep goes better, then I'm definitely sure that we're gonna kill this upcoming phase. So yeah, a little update for you guys. Now you guys know everything. Oh, one more thing. We did do a really big investment for ourselves, because one thing of bodybuilding is that you have to sleep amazingly, obviously, because sleep is recovery. And with the new home, I thought that we would really benefit from having a new bed. So last weekend we went for a bed shopping, and we got ourselves a new bed. So we will definitely be sleeping better in that, as it is one of the best ones they had there. Big investment, but overall something that's really worth it, because you have to remember that if you sleep 8 hours, that's 1/3 of your day. And if you spend 1/3 of your day laying on your side or on your back in a bed, a double sentence, then you will definitely notice that your body is not really liking that. You can wake up with soreness, bad back issues, not sleeping the greatest. So that investment was a real obvious one for us. And we got a nice one, but you guys will see that one if we have moved over. That's it for now. So if you guys already made it to this point, please leave a like already and check out the rest of the video. Obviously, as I see that a lot of people are stopping watching at the 7-8 minute mark. So this is a little bit past the 7-8 minute mark already. So if you made it here, great for you. Thank you. But the rest of the video will contain some training clips. I will give you guys some tips around food prep, as I have a lot of clients that are not the greatest at it just yet, because they are simply starting off, or they did not really do this in the past already. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little tip about the food prep and maybe some other stuff. So I will see you guys later today. All right, so an update. I'm still on the same spot. So update from Cuba. I sent in my weight this morning and what my sleep did and how I'm feeling today. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't feel that energetic, and I feel pretty much beaten up because my body is very heavy. I have a little bit problem with breathing today as well, a little bit short breath. So what Kuba said is that we would have to run today a lower session with the volume. So I'm gonna do one working set on every exercise, and just not to failure. So we're gonna keep the movement in, we're gonna keep the stimulation in, but nothing to failure, to let the body recover a little bit more. Steps are pulled back a bit. I was at 13,000 yesterday. I should have done 10, and today I have then done my fastest steps, but now I'm at 4,000 or something. So I imagine that will be a maximum of 8,000, which is a little step back to get my body more recovered right now, because I'm not really recovered that well. So still gonna train with my buddy. Luckily he didn't say take a full rest day. So we're gonna do that, and then it is time for the rest of the day. But I did not show you guys my new working setup, because what you guys saw in previous video is that my office station was not that great. A small desk, not too much space. So I switched it up. I made a enhancement to it, because we had a new desk delivered. So I'm gonna show you guys. This is the setup right now. Now I have space, finally, and my chair can now roll under the desk instead of against the desk, because the other one had some drawers which prevented the chair from rolling underwards. Stage pick there, looking good. So some inspiration on the background for myself, to see where I have to work on and to see what we did. So yeah, I'm gonna proceed working. I just started up a new client, so he can start with his plans from Monday. He has the whole weekend to prepare for it. I did all my check-ins this morning. Everyone is rocking it. Everyone is killing it. I've got my guy Dennis, who is not competing, but he is definitely looking very sharp now. In 2 weeks he has his photo shoot, so he is definitely almost there. And let me see if I can show you guys a little sneak peek of what he looks like. Look at that back. Can you see the stripes in the back? Amazing. Hamstring detail is there. Very sharp. He made big improvements this year. He doubled his back size, in my opinion. He looks very massive right now, and he's flat as fuck. So when we start loading up, he will definitely look a lot fuller and a lot bigger than he does on this video, where he already actually really looks very big. So that's a fun thing. In the upcoming 2 weeks we will see him perform on his photo shoot. Now I have another client as well who is cutting right now for his next building phase. He as well looks amazingly big. Compared with the last photo shoot we run together, he improved massively. I think he's around 8 kilos up or something from then, which is massive in one building phase, obviously. So gonna see, can I show you guys some pics here? Yeah, so look at this. Now this is what we call progress in one off season. On the right versus the left, 10 kgs difference. He blew up like he ate himself. Amazing progress. So very happy with the clients that I'm working with. They are all killing it as hard as they can. They are definitely showing up and getting the job done. So very proud of my guys. So yeah, you can imagine that the check-ins in the morning for me are very exciting. So all right, I'm gonna go on with my work. Then I'm gonna show you guys some training footage, probably some stuff from today. Although it is the volume and although it's not to failure, you can still take note on the form things that I'm doing because it's less loading, so I can definitely lock down that form fully. And I might show you a little bit of the coffee as well. All right, see you guys later. Alright guys, good morning. It's the next day and as you just saw, I have made a couple of clips of yesterday from the training session, but we had a fun training, we had a good time together and I really was not in the mood to film actually. It was nice to see each other again and nice to train, so I put in some clips of the training session, but that's it for you guys this week for the training. I will show you guys when I can do a full-blown session again, so you can see how I train with full intensity. But today, some stuff about meal prep, because to meal prep, to be a bodybuilder, you have to meal prep. And to make meal prep easier, there are a lot of tools you can utilize to make things better and to make it more easily doable for you, which is always nice because it costs a lot of time. Actually, the meal prep itself can take a lot of time. If you can optimize that, it takes less and makes it easier and makes it more fun. So you don't have to spend a lot of time in the kitchen or don't have to do too much for it and make it as good as it can be. So I'm going to show you guys some stuff that we use right now. Now, I know that not everyone has the luxury of having a full-blown kitchen steamer built in the kitchen, but it's what we have right now. But I can show you guys what we had before when we didn't have it, and it's actually the same thing. It just takes a little less because what we got here is the steaming device that's built in. Now this is a pressure steamer, so it takes 3 minutes for those potatoes or 6 minutes to get all the potatoes done for this upcoming 4 days, and that's easy. But what we did use before was this one. Now this is a steamer from Russell Hobbs, but Philips has it and other brands have it as well. And what you can do with this is simply put your potato in the basket. you can put on extra baskets. So if you take this off, you can stack them together, actually like this. So you have a tower of 3 different baskets. Now, if you have potatoes, if you have veggies like us, maybe some other veggies or maybe another portion for your partner or something like that, you can simply divide it on top of each other, and you just have to figure out the cooking time. When it's put in, you put in water in the lower basket, start the timer, and you'll just wait. I think that we did around 20 minutes for the potatoes or something. So you simply put it in the baskets, you put on the timer with some water in it, and it gets done by itself. Then, when it's done, you take off the basket, you just drip it out over the sink, and your food is done. Now, just simply prepare, everything's prepared, you just simply put it away in your Tupperware and it's done. Now, another tip I want to give you guys is when you have a meal prep of multiple different meals, different meal sizes, make a list for yourself. Always try and write down what you gotta make so you don't fall short on any ingredients. And let me see, face track. Yes. It's like this, just a simple white list. Make sure that you write down what you have to eat that week. Simply count it all together and you know what the totals are. And then to do the conversions, simply divide the cooked weight by the raw weight. Yeah, cooked weight by the raw weight. So if you have your rice and you have your rice cooked, weigh out what it is in total, divide it by the raw weight and multiply that by the amount you have with each Tupperware container. So if you have a portion of 100 grams, of 75 grams, 60 grams, write it down, already calculated, and then when you have to scoop it out, simply check your list, what every Tupperware container contains, and then simply scoop it over to your Tupperware and make it a nice meal. Easy as that. Now, I do have another conversion video on my Instagram, so if you want to check that out, please just check my Instagram at randy.vlh, so you guys can check that out, where I go a little bit more in detail on how to do the conversions for the rice. But that works for chicken as well, it works for beef, and it makes life very easy if you know how to do those conversions. So check it out. Now, when being a bodybuilder following a meal plan, things can get a little boring. So always try and make it a little bit nice for yourself. What I always like to do is I like to season my foods. Well, I'm not in prep, I like to season my foods. I like to use some condiments, and I like to make the meal look nice. As you've probably seen on the videos prior, that my meals always look very aesthetic. Well, that's simply because I plate it up. I do not eat it from the Tupperware directly when I'm at home, simply because it's an easy thing to do. Just scoop it out on your plate and make it nice. I always heat it up in the pan, that makes it nice as well. I use the salt-free herbs from Aroma, which are very nice as well. My favorite one is burrito nacho, so try that out on your beef and tell me you didn't like it, please. If you didn't like it, leave a comment, but if you did, definitely leave a comment and a like and a subscribe, obviously, because that's the best invention there is. No sodium added, no salt added, simply the spices, the herbs from the mix, from the blend. So whenever you can make your meals nice, and especially in the off season when you have to push away a lot of food, it makes life easier. And if it's easier to eat because it's more tasty, you're looking forward to it, digestion improves because digestion already starts when thinking about the food. When thinking about the food, your mouth makes saliva, which means that it can break down the food already in your mouth, and then everything just gets easier. So always make sure that you spice up the foods or make it nice for yourself. Make it look nice, make it fun. And one other eating habit is do not drink too much around your meal. Obviously, well, for me it's obvious, but for most, chugging away a liter of water whilst you're eating makes it not that good for digestion, because digestion needs the acidity in your stomach. And if you thin that acidity with the water from your water intake, it actually gets harder to digest. You get bloated, you get a full stomach, and the meals won't go down as easy. So this is an off-season series. I'm not experienced in this stuff, but I'm definitely talking about the later part of the off season where these things are really impacting you if you do not do it right. So don't drink too much, eat slowly, chew well, make sure that you enjoy the meal instead of just shoveling it down and making sure that it's gone in 10 minutes, because if you take your time for the meal, it will actually feel way better. Now, today, I woke up at 97, fucking hell, that's heavy. No, 92.7, which is 300 grams less than yesterday. Now, take in mind that yesterday I did do the lower steps. I ended up at around 7,000 steps yesterday. I did the D-volume session, so I did a lower volume training, not that much intensity, just a little bit shy of failure. And my sleep did not impact that much, so it was not the greatest last night. And the food change was in from yesterday, so the oats are out now, the bread is out. And my body is already responding on a positive way because I dropped off some water. That can come from the food, that can come from the extra recovery. So Kuba told me that today also a big step back in steps, just do as less as possible, which I'm gonna do, simply. He just texted me before I wanted to go for my walk, so no morning walk, which means that I will probably end up around 4,000 to 5,000 steps a day, which is not that much, but it's good. Taking a small step back sometimes is needed, as my body is just telling it that it is need to be done. So we're taking the step back and the steps. I do have a PT session planned later on today, so I will have some steps, but overall it will be mostly feet up on my desk, on the couch, and doing as less as possible. Now, I am going to finish the meal prep here because I was making my potatoes and my veggies as well. Also a good tip for the veggies, try to switch them up a little bit, make a combination of multiple, and make sure that the cooking time is the same, so you can do it all at the same time. For example, we always like to have carrots and green beans, same cooking time. In the pressure cooker it's 3 minutes and it's done. In the steamer it's probably around 15 to 20 minutes and it's done as well. So make a little bit of variation, make a little bit of different colors and different micronutrients with it, and yeah, tasty as well. So, gonna finish that. I'll see you guys later. Alright guys, so let's round up the day here. It is afternoon, so today digestion felt pretty well. I missed the oats, obviously, and I missed the bread in the morning, but overall I feel pretty good. My stomach feels nice, my digestion feels well, so I think it's a great choice that we pulled it out for now. We're just gonna see in the next couple of days how everything works out and how everything feels. But thus far, I think it all feels really good. So big changes in digestion, that's a good thing. Now for my chicken, I was using the Hanos chicken, and what I noticed is that I get a little bit gassy from that chicken. So what I did yesterday as well was that I tried to switch out my chicken for regular chicken fillet from the butcher, and it tastes amazing, to be first thing to say. But also no gas. So what I might be doing in the next couple of weeks is probably switch out the prepared chicken to normal chicken breast to see how that goes. And I might even switch my pre-workout the chicken with cod. So cod actually digests very much quicker as well. So it feels lighter on the stomach, easy to eat. Definitely when I get later in the bulking phase, then I definitely would want foods that are digesting easier. So switching to cod would only make sense then. And I like the taste, a different meal, different protein source, good for diversity as well. So I might do that as well. Not really sure just yet because we still have 4 whole bags of 2.5 kilos of chicken laying around, which we have to finish maybe first, but we'll see. So if any of you guys have any recommendations on where to get fresh chicken breast that does not drain itself from water when you bake it, leave it in the comments because I'm searching for it. Now I know the butcher has good ones, but they are very pricey and that can be cheaper, I think. So any recommendations are welcome over there. Please let me know. Now I'm just rounding up my work here. It's check-ins were done this morning, replies are all replied to, and I have some stuff to plan out for the upcoming week. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also enjoying my Pepsi Max cream soda. If you haven't tried it still, please try it for me and let me know what you think, because it is amazing. Refreshing, tasty, a little bit sweet, and very nice. So it is 2 o'clock right now, so I can enjoy this still. And afterwards it's gone with all the caffeine, because there is still caffeine in cola. So if you are drinking Cola Zeros later at night, know that you are drinking half a cup of espresso with every cola can you drink, which is maybe impactful for your sleep as well. So something to take in mind. Now, for this episode, this is the roundup of this one. So we will definitely be back next week with another video where I will take you guys through a full day of eating for sure, because I will maybe have some changes in the plan. I will show you guys the fish. The chicken probably won't be switched just yet, but you will see all my meals, how I eat it and when I eat it. Then that will probably on a Monday or a Tuesday actually. So you will probably see some clips of training, and we will run through the feedback Kuba gives us, because he is replying on my check-in on Tuesday morning as well. So we will see where we land on Tuesday. My body weight is coming down now with the inflammation dropping off over yesterday. Today is a resting day with less steps as well. So I'm very curious about what the weight does tomorrow and how the look evolves. Tomorrow I have to take my check-in pictures, so we do that on a Monday. So we send it out to Kuba on Monday, when he replies on Tuesday. So very curious and very looking forward to his replies, always actually. I really love it when I get the feedback from Kuba, which is something that I highly value, because the value of the feedback of my coach is just very important to me. Because yeah, you're doing everything what you need to do, you're locked in, and you're simply curious about what your coach feels that has to be done. So that's why. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and please, if you haven't already subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and you might want to click the bell as well, so you guys can see the videos coming up on your home screen whenever I post them. I will have some regularity in it. Normally it will be on Wednesday and on a Sunday, so that's the days that you can expect them, but still, click that bell. All right, see you guys next time.